So Rebecca, just keep your eye on that. If that red light goes out, is a problem.
Okay.
That means it's not recording. You don't have to worry about that. She's going to keep her eye on that. You worry about that.
Hi, Kelly Bourne with Orcon.
Rebecca, nice to meet you. It's so great to have you come in.
Thank you. May I have a seat?
Yes, of course.
All right, thank you. So thank you for taking the time of meeting with me today. I couldn't help but notice all of your awards for your peaches 80 years. You must be really proud of that.
We are. We just love our peaches over here.
Very cool. Before we begin, I'd like to give you my business card and a little bit of a personal testimonial so we can keep on hand for future business. And I'm correct in saying we have 15 minutes about?
Yeah, that's about the time I have.
Okay, that sounds good. And is there anybody that needs to be here with our presentation?
No, it's just me. You know, actually, this weekend I was actually at Walt Disney World. Have you ever been to the Everest roller coaster?
I actually haven't, but it's on my list of things to do.
It was so much fun. Like, all of our friends were walking around the parking lot, and then we got lost, so it was just like a huge ordeal, but it was so much fun.
Alrighty. Well, if it's okay with you, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Orcon and myself.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So we are Organic Control Incorporated, and what we do is we work with Mother Nature. We know that every pest has a natural enemy, and we work with that to try and make things better for our environment because we don't want to use chemicals or anything that can harm workers or the environment. In 1976, we released our brand new line of beneficial insects, which is what we're here to talk to you about today. And a couple years later, we put in a line of soil amendments for home-growing people at home. And just a couple of weeks ago, actually, we released a brand new product for big animal kind of pests like dogs, cats, deer, for people at home, and it's like a concentrated garlic oil, keeps them away. It's very effective and patented. Okay.
So I'm not really sure how a chemical-free insect control system would work.
Okay, I'd love to take care of that for you. Would you mind if I took some notes?
Sure, of course.
Okay. All right. And is there anything else that you'd like me to know about before we begin?
I've just been using the pesticide. It seems to be working fine for me right now.
Okay. All right. Well, if it's all right with you, I'd like to go ahead and begin the presentation.
Sure, that'd be fine.
All right. So today I'm going to show you a product that is not only 100% natural, but it's going to increase your profits and your yields. How does that sound to you?
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good? All right. So I'd like you to meet your brand new army. Right here we have the Asian lady beetle and the black ladybug. This guy right here likes to focus on eating aphids, and this guy over here focuses more on mealyworms that you kind of see during the summer. They're really, really pesky. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you a combination of them that is tailored to you and your farm, and it's going to be about 71,000 adults for the growing season. Okay? And this is their life cycle, just to try and give you a little bit more understanding. We're going to release some adults. In about 10 days, they're going to lay eggs, the females. It takes 3 to 7 days to hatch. Once they get into their larval stage, all the way through the adult stage, they're going to be eating around the clock. All of your pests are basically going to go away without you even having to do anything. As soon as they're released, they're going to take care of it for you. Okay, how does that sound so far?
Sounds good. These little drawings remind me of that movie A Bug's Life. Have you seen that?
Oh, that is a really cute movie. It was actually just on TV the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Very cool.
Oh, sorry, just a moment. Hello? Yeah, I did see that dog video. The one of it dancing. It was great. Yeah, just keep sending them over here if you need any more. Get some laughs. Bye. Sorry?
That's
what you're
all
saying?
right. Okay, so I realize it may kind of seem weird to use bugs to get rid of bugs, so I compiled a testimony here for you from Lane Orchards, Fort Valley, Georgia, and the owner was noticing that, you know, over the course of the summer, heavy rains would wash away his chemicals, and he'd have to, you know, reapply them and get all the workers out there and pay them. So he's really happy that our pests, or our ladybugs, work around the clock for him. And we were even able to track how much the ladybugs were actually getting rid of his aphids. He went from about 500,000 down to about 200,000 with just the initial 71,000 ladybugs.
Okay.
All right, and just for a little bit more proof, Organic Farm just featured us on the cover with the United States Department of Agriculture, continuing to rave our positive results, and they're even going to send a field scientist out to make sure that we're as effective as we say we are.
So that means you don't use any sort of chemicals, not even on the bugs?
No, not even on the bugs. They're raised in our land, and we bring them in the box to you and release them onto your land for you.
Okay.
Okay, does that make more sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm just like still concerned since I'm so used to using the pesticides. It's like all chemicals. I just don't understand how that would be different.
Okay, I'd love to go over that with you. Okay. So the American Entomology magazine just featured us, well, not necessarily us, but the rise of natural pesticides. There's a growing health concern in America. You know, people are, starting to be a little bit more unhealthy, but they're wanting to be healthy. They want to eat organically, and they want to make sure that their foods aren't harmed with chemicals. We worked with Pearson Farm not too long ago, and he had protesters coming up to his farm because he was using chemical pesticides. And he said he didn't like that, so he came and sought our help, and we were actually able to graph that 78% of Americans want organic food. They don't want anything that's been harmed. So as soon as they found out that he had switched to our system, they were extremely loyal and even recommended it to their friends. So it went from negative word of mouth to positive word of mouth. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Sounds good? All right.
My brother-in-law, he actually works for the Georgia Farm Supply. He supplies us with all our chemical insecticides right now.
Okay.
Why should we stop buying from him? He's like family to us.
Right. Well, I can see your concern there. If he's your brother, you obviously want to make sure that he's well taken care of.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't necessarily be a awful thing to want to switch because you're concerned with all of the health concerns in your pests. I'd like to go into the costs a little bit, though, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not really good with numbers, so...
Okay, well, I've got plenty of things to break it down for you, make it easy. Okay, Harvey Groves was one of my first clients down in Rockledge, Florida, when I was in the Florida area. He was really skeptical about switching to us, as I'm sure you may be. But we noticed that with him, 2010 was the year we came to visit him.
Mm-hmm.
So 2011 would be the next growing season. He saw an increase in his yield from 78% to 78.5%. Which doesn't really seem like much, but it's a full 100% increased yield, and it's continued to grow every year that he's used our products.
Okay.
All right. So working with similar orchards, we found that it costs about $60 an acre for chemical treatments. Is that kind of in the ballpark for you?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. So you're spending about $30,000 a year. Our treatment is a little bit more expensive, but it is all natural, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference is going to be $8,500. May seem like a lot, but this system more than pays for itself. With working with similar orchards also, we noticed that the annual revenue is about $8 million, and we can see about 2 to 3% with our growth between the yields and in profit. So we're going to say 2.5% just to be a little bit conservative. So you can increase revenue about $200,000 just by implementing the system.
Okay.
Okay, and with your annual profit, you're going to get about $1 million multiplied by your growth, which is an extra $25,000 in your pocket. How does that sound?
That sounds nice, but how does that compare with how much I'm paying for the actual ladybugs?
Okay, I can see your concern there. So we've got our increased profit about $25,000 and increased cost is $8,500. If you divide that out, you'd see a return on investment of almost 300%. So it more than pays for itself, and it only takes about 3 months for you to pay that back.
Okay.
Okay.
I wish you guys were selling a new apricot peach hybrid fruit combination. I know how much our customers would love that and get higher profits. So maybe we'll change our business name to Variety Orchards. I don't know.
I think you're doing well with your peaches here. I mean, 80 years of prize-winning peaches, I wouldn't change that.
That's the one I mess with, our success.
That's right. That's right. And do you have any goals for the next couple of years as far as your growth, or are you kind of satisfied where you're at?
I mean, we'd always like to expand, but we're mostly concerned about the quality of our peaches. I'm worried about since it's working so well with our pesticides now, if it'll kind of affect it if we go organic.
Right. I can see your concern there, but with the chemical treatments, I mean, your workers have to wear safety suits to put it on. Just imagine how the plants kind of feel with that. It's hurting them, whereas with the bugs, they're doing everything that nature intended them to do. So there's no badness in the entire process.
Okay, well, it all sounds good. I'm just afraid to take the risk right now.
Okay, I can see that. I would like to let you know, though, that we need to put the orders in for the growing season about 6 to 9 months in advance, because we need to send somebody out to survey your land and make sure we have the perfect combination for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I understand that you need a little bit time to think about it, but just kind of keep that in mind, that we want to work with you. We want to see you grow. With our 2.5% growth, I mean, if you wanted to grow 100% over the next 6 years, let's say, 17% a year, we would be 15% of your annual growth. And that's with you doing absolutely nothing, rather than just implementing our system.
Okay. Let's just say it doesn't work out. What if I have like 36 million ladybugs just running around my orchards?
Okay, I can see your concern there. The ladybugs will only repopulate if there's enough food for them to eat. So say they eat all your aphids, they're probably going to die out, or they're going to relocate to some place that has more aphids, because they're not going to eat your plants. They just want to eat the bugs. They're carnivorous.
Well, how about I buy one test plot for my new research farm? It's 10 acres.
Okay.
So maybe we can set up a meeting next week to get that settled out, just for a little test out area.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to do one test area of 10 acres, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and is there anything else that you'd like me to bring with me next week, so we can kind of see if we want to continue with the larger acre, or you just want to keep it at the 10 acre plot?
Well, I just keep it at the 10 acre now. I want to keep it conservative before I see the results.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. I'll have somebody call, and we'll send a couple representatives over within the next couple of weeks to survey your land and get your bugs ready for you.
Okay, perfect. And if not, I guess I'll have to go with a new hybrid.
Oh, no. I'm confident that you will love our system.
That's great. Well, thanks for coming in.
All right, thank you.
You did a really good job.
Amiable.
No, I was expressive. I had to really say so many things. I felt so bad.
Well, all right. Sit down.